Well, hey parents, this is Jeff, and I'm here with a Continue the Journey activity this week that is going to, I think, really help you help your kids on their journey to find Jesus and follow him and reinforce our main point for the week, which is I will choose good friends. Now, as a parent, there's not a whole lot more important with my kids than that they have good friends around them. If they're hanging around people that are kind of chuckleheads, man, that's worrisome to me, and it gets more and more worrisome as your kids get older, as your kids get middle school, high school. I mean, you really see how their choice of friends affects their lives in such huge ways. So here's an activity that you can do at home that's really going to help your kids see the importance of choosing good friends. It's called Mixed Up Mess, and it's a little bit of a science kind of experiment. One of the things our kids are missing out right now with home instruction is not being able to see some of this stuff close up. We did this with the kids Sunday at our live Kids Church experience, and they ate it up. They loved being able to see some of this stuff face up instead of through a Zoom lesson. It really just involves things that you have around your house already. You need some water, you need oil, like vegetable oil, and you need some food coloring. So you probably have all those things in your house right now, and then you need 3 clear containers, like water glasses. All right, so here's what you're gonna do. It involves just a little bit of setup. You're gonna have one container, one glass or bowl that you're gonna fill half full with water, and you're gonna put some dark colored food coloring in there. I did a nice mix of blue and green. It made a putrid color, and it was spectacular. Then you're gonna have another container that you're going to have a quarter full of water and a quarter full of oil. And as you know, that oil is going to float on top of the water. And then you're going to need another container that you just have a quarter full of, or halfway full of clean water, no food coloring in it. And you're going to say to your kids, all right, let's do this mixed up mess together. Let's remember our main point from Kids Church this week, which was I will choose good friends. And in our Bible lesson, we talked about Samson. Samson's story is found in Judges, chapters 13 through 16. Samson's an interesting guy. His choice in friends, hanging out with the Philistines, who were the enemy that he was supposed to help get rid of, and particularly the women of the Philistines, and particularly a woman named Delilah. They really messed up Samson's life. They turned Samson's life into an absolute mixed up mess. So we're going to do an experiment today to see what it looks like. And so hold up, first of all, the container that has clean water in it and say, this is clear, clean water. It represents people who are mostly doing good things. But like Samson, they don't have good friends around them to help them keep doing what's right. And then you're going to hold up the container that has the water and the oil in it and say, okay, so the oil, of course, doesn't mix with the water, and if it does, it soon separates. And the oil represents how followers of God should have other followers of God around them to help keep doing what's right. That water and that oil is right there in close proximity. And then you've got your container with the dark, icky water in it, and you say this has been dyed with food coloring with ink, and it represents people who are doing bad things and trying to get others to do bad things as well. And then take that dark, icky water and pour some into each of those other 2 containers. And then you can debrief it with your kids. Say, now I pour the dyed water into the clear water. What happens? And the obvious answer is it's going to all mix together and it's all going to get dirty. It's all going to look like dyed water. And eventually you can't tell the difference between where the clean water ends and the dirty water is. It's all just dirty. But when you pour that into the container that has clean water and oil, it's going to mix together for a little bit, but eventually the water and the oil are going to separate, and the dye is going to stay with the water. The oil is not going to get dyed with that. And see, this is an example of how we should live. If we aren't wise about choosing good friends, our lives look like the container that now has just all dark water in it. It's a mixed up mess like Samson's. But when we have friends who are Jesus followers and who help us, we start to look a little bit more like that oil above the water in the other container, where they are going to help us to stay clean. We're going to stay not dyed like that oil is. And then it's a great opportunity to say, now look, it's not that all of your friends have to be church friends, right? That's not real practical, and it's not what Jesus tells us to do. He says that we should go out and have all kinds of people around us. We should be people who are light and sharing good news with each other. But this gives you a great opportunity to talk to your kids about who their friends are, and talk to them about, well, which jar would they be in? Are they just trying to get you to do mean, bad things all the time? Are they following Jesus? Are they pretty much good people, but they need to know Jesus? And start to talk to your kids about where they find their friends in each of those containers. Are they just the wrong people? Are they the right people who get pulled away sometimes? Or are they Jesus-following people? And say, you should show love and be friendly to everyone. You should be around all kinds of people. But it's important that you have some closest and best friends who go to church, who follow God, and who help you live the life that God designed you to live. And when you do that, those who would want you to do something wrong, they won't have such a big influence on you. Well, like I said, I think all of us know that the friends our kids choose are really, really, really important in determining ultimately the outcome of their life. If they choose really good, solid friends, there's a much better chance that they're going to be people who grow up and live the life that God designed them to live. If they choose some guys who and some gals who are not good, solid people, it can really derail them. So I hope this helps you help them continue on their journey to find and follow Jesus and understand a little better why they should choose good friends. Bye-bye, everybody.